This is always the fun part where nobody is on, but if somebody watches the replay, they get to see how awkward I am here with nobody on and trying to talk to myself. So anyway, I don't even know if anybody will join me. This was just kind of a surprise. I didn't know if I was going to have enough time to be able to do a live tonight because I had a bunch of things I needed to get done. But it just worked out that I could pop on here. There's been something I've been wanting to show everybody. Hi, somebody just came in. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. So if you're here, let me know who you are. We can maybe chat a little bit so I don't have to talk to myself. I just feel like I should be saying something so that, like, if somebody's watching the replay, they're not just like watching me be awkward and not say anything. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to come on here and share something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. It's not yarny, but it is. Hi, Diane. I'm great. How are you doing? It's a beautiful Monday here. I actually have my windows open. I'm in Pennsylvania, but it's warm enough to have my windows open. I'm actually a little bit warm. I have short sleeves on and I feel a little warm. Hi, Linda. Hi. I have been, Linda, you were the one that sent me the Tunisian hooks, right? Or am I thinking of somebody else? These here? Oh, you're probably having some warm weather there too, Diane, if you're in North Carolina. I mean, I don't know. I didn't check the weather, but I just always assume if something is south of me, then yes, I thought so. I've been using them because Thomas from Totally Fierce Crochet, he had a pattern for a Tunisian shawl that was just like so pretty. I couldn't resist it. So this is what I have so far of it. It still has a little bit of growing to do before I can, you know, start to decrease. But these worked out perfectly for it because the only other ones that I had were these, and these would have been way too short. I think I have one other long one. No, that's not it. Yeah, these are the only other Tunisian crochet hooks that I have, and these would have been too short. So I know, I love Thomas too. He is awesome. He's got some great designs and he's just so like natural in front of the camera. Oh my gosh, Susie, how are you? And Fire Donut. I don't know if I've met you before, but hi, I'm so glad you're in here. Oh, are you? You're Sigma? I'm Sigma too. You must be young. I only know that because I have teenage sons, so I check on his videos occasionally. Great to see Tunisian project. Yeah, Thomas likes to Tunisian crochet, so you know, so he does have some stuff in there that's Tunisian, or some of his projects are like partly regular crocheted and then partly Tunisian. So I'm excited to get into the Tunisian a little bit more because I want to learn it a little bit better. There's some really cool stitches. So I agree, Diane, his enthusiasm is addicting. Yeah, and he's a really good designer, not just of crochet things, but also I think he for a living like does like logos and those kinds of things. So he's an artist. He's like a real artist. So promotions, that kind of thing. I'm glad you're here too, Susie. It's nice to be able to talk to you. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to come on today, but it turns out I had a little bit of a chance. So yeah, there are some really good designers. I don't do it enough. I have to really learn it. So he is definitely an artist, Diane. But I wanted to come on to share something with you guys. It's not yarn related, but I wanted to just get it out there. And if anybody knows anybody who can benefit from this, then, you know, feel free to share that. It is great to meet you too, Diane. I'm glad that you're here. I have worked with special ed for a long time, so in various aspects of special ed as well. And one thing that I've heard a lot of teachers and a lot of people complain about is that a lot of times there are teenagers that have very low reading levels, but the stories that are written for kids with lower reading levels are more like geared towards kids. There aren't a lot of lower reading, like second grade reading level books that have teenage themes to them. So I've been working on this for a while. I've talked about it in other videos, so it's not like a brand new thing, but I just kind of wanted to use my platform here to show that I was able to publish a couple of books. And this one is short stories for teens. Diane said, "You're an angel if you work with special ed. My son's autistic, and I know it sometimes can be difficult." My oldest son is also autistic. He has a channel on here called Roman from My Life with Autism. And it kind of shows a lot of growth that he's done. He's 16 now. He got his driver's license this year. So it's been really exciting. And yes, it can be challenging, but it's also really, really rewarding because I've always said this, I feel like I've learned more from the students than I could ever teach them. Just you learn about life and about what's important and about how to love somebody, especially unconditionally. So this is on Amazon if anybody was interested. Oh, your son's 20. That's awesome. So here are the names of the stories. So there are, 5 stories in there? Love Letter Mix-Up, Friday Night Lights, The Midnight Adventure, The Big Argument, and Difficult Decision. And these are more teenage-themed stories. They're not, like Little Kitty, like, oh, the duck is talking to the frog, And if there are special ed students who like that, that's totally fine. But I think that I've heard overall that for the most part, a lot of teens who have lower reading levels would prefer to have more age-appropriate stories. So, like, for example, this is kind of how it's geared. It's written and looks a little bit more like for a newer reader or for somebody who's still advancing in their reading skills. But it's a story that's more geared towards what a teenager would want to read about. So this would be like a love letter mix-up is about a boy who writes a love letter to someone he's interested in, but he accidentally puts it in the wrong locker in school. And then what happens after that? The girl who he likes actually liked him and was very sad because she didn't get the love letter. And he said, "Oh, no, I meant to put it in your locker." So it just kind of is talking about that. And then Friday Night Lights is about a teenage experience going to a football game with their friends, because that's a big, at least around here, that's a big social event for people or for teenagers, for high school kids in this area. They all go to the football game and they cheer. But you could see it's pretty easy to read. It's written at a second grade level. And then The Midnight Adventure. It's about a kid who just got his driver's license and how his friends went out driving and they meant to go one place and they took a side trip somewhere else and they had a really nice time and they ended up going out to eat afterwards. And then The Big Argument. It's about 2 boys who get into a fight and how they resolved their differences when they got into a fight. And the last one is A Difficult Decision. It's about a teenage couple who kind of start going their separate ways. They found that they weren't interested in the same things anymore and they decided to break up. So those should be more teenage appropriate themes, but more at a lower reading level. I want to see what Susie said. Those are really good topics for teenagers. I wish my son was a teenager. When my son was a teenager, something like that would have been available. You're doing such a great thing for special needs kids for sure. Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. I self-publish these, so like so far I haven't sold any because nobody's seen them. So I have to try to figure out a platform to try to get it out there. And I know like my crocheting channel is not the appropriate way to get it out there, but you know, I'm just trying to figure that out. Like maybe I need to get into some special ed Facebook groups or something like that to try to promote that. I don't know. But I had a story here. The second book, it can be for teenagers. It's not necessarily just for kids, but this one is geared more towards like a kiddie book. And it's called Seyshore's the Math Master. And it's based on my oldest son, Roman. He's autistic. And when he was always super good with numbers. When he went to 3-year-old preschool, he could already read an analog clock. He already knew his times tables, his oh, that's another good one, Diane. Autism awareness groups. Yes, I should try to find those groups and then kind of, you know, it's a little bit awkward because I don't want to go in there and just be like, oh, you know, look at this. Because a lot of groups I see, they say no self-promoting. And so I have to figure out a way to get into the group and a way for it to come up in a way that's authentic and not like me trying to promote myself. And that's not really what I would be doing. I would just want to let them know that it was there, but it could come off as like, oh, you're just in here to self-promote, you know, yourself. So I don't know. Yeah, just get your foot in the door first. Yeah. Yes, I should go into Autism Speaks and try to get into there. So, but my oldest son was always super good at math. Like numbers completely made sense to him. But when he was little, we would ask him, how do you know all of this? And he would say that in his dreams, an alien named Seyshores would come into his dreams and teach him math. So yes, that's the word I was looking for. It has to be organic. You know, I don't want to just go in there, you know, thunder, you know, horns blazing or whatever the saying is. I can't think of it now, but you know, going in all gung-ho and, you know, turning people off to it. But yeah, so I have to try to work my way up for something like that. But I kind of took the story that he told us and turned it into a book. So it's about, you know, how the alien Seyshores, and this is how he described Seyshores to me when he was little. You know, and it's a kid book, but it could be for a teenager too if they were, you know, at a lower reading level. But it talks about how, you know, the system, he called it the Eichel system, and you know, all the things that are in here are things that he described. So I just kind of took his story and I turned it into a book. So also call the Office of Autism Speaks and get help from them. That's a great idea. And I wonder if they have a website too. Maybe I can like go on. They probably do. That's probably where I can get the phone number for that. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you. That was really helpful for me to come on here and share that. And then you guys kind of give me those ideas for where to go with it. Yes, yeah, I would assume. I'm going to write some of these down because I don't want to be like, oh, what did everybody tell me? Autism Speaks. I'm going to scroll up a little bit to see where else you guys suggested. Okay. Just autism awareness groups too. Okay. Thank you, Diane. Like I said, it's been something I've been working on for a while. When I have a couple of crochet pattern books that I self-published, but when I was doing that way back when, that's when I was thinking about this, like, oh, I should really do that because it is something that gets talked about a lot, and it could be something that could be helpful for kids, you know, that maybe don't have the highest reading level, but still want to get age appropriate stories. So thank you. I appreciate your support, autism awareness. Sorry, I just want to write that down where really quick. Awareness groups. That was awesome. Thank you so much. So what are you guys up to tonight? Monday, huh? I've been working on this Tunisian shawl that Thomas has a tutorial for. He has it as a what was I gonna say? Halloween shawl, because he used Halloween yarn, but I just have this really pretty and soft yarn. It's called Bernat Lattice from Yarnspirations. And it's kind of thick. It's on the thicker side, but it's really, really soft. And I like the color. Like, you know, I'm not always like a yellow person, but I thought this was really pretty the way that it worked up. So Diane said, I'm babying a migraine. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope that it can relax and kind of not grow into anything big. That's not fun. Sorry to hear that. Does anybody have anything special they're working on? I know a lot of people are starting to get, excuse me, Christmas stuff lined up. I have a few colors. Have the yellow also. Yes, it is so soft, isn't it? I was thinking of giving this away as a Christmas gift, but as I'm making it, I'm like, no, I'm not going to give this away. I'm going to keep this one for myself. I only got the yellow, but I should look for other colors of this because this is really pretty yarn. So I'm not affiliated, just like the yarn. So anybody working on any holiday projects? Trying to figure out how I had this now. Oh, I have it backwards. No wonder it didn't look right. I have, there should be a video coming out this week as to what you'll need, but I have an Advent crochet along coming up. Doing some Christmas dishcloths and scarves. That's awesome. Just, oh, that's nice. 15 beanies for a charity, and that's all for the moment. That's not just all, that's a lot. Very nice, Diane. Last year I did a huge donating campaign, and then this year I kind of took a break from it. But that's awesome. That is something that I like to do too, is to make hats, dishcloths, and stuff. Yes, I'm excited for it too. If you want to do it, it's going to be a mystery crochet along. So I think it's the 20th when the video releases. I pre-recorded all of them over the summer because I don't work over the summer. So the whole Advent has been pre-recorded. It's already up and just ready to be released on the day that I put for it to be released. But the I believe it's November 20th, which is this week. At some point, I have a video that will show you what you need for the crochet along. And then starting December 1st, there'll be clues every day. And it is, those are it's quick clues for every day. So December 1st through the 24th, every day there will be a small clue. And then by the 24th, you'll have the whole project made. But it's a mystery, so I'm not gonna say what it is. You enjoy donating the most. I enjoy that too. I love like making hats, and we did dishcloths last year, that kind of stuff. Thank you, Diane. I hope you enjoy that. And Susie, I would love it if you joined in too. That would be so much fun. it was a lot of fun to create it and to figure out what I wanted to make. So that was something that I started thinking about in the spring, like what I would want to make. And then over the summer when I wasn't working, I just came up with the pattern and did the video, pre-recorded the videos for it. Gorgeous Homestead said, one of my sons asked me to make him an Aang airbender a while back, and my stepdaughter saw it, and now she wants one too. So that's what I'm working on now for her holiday gift. Oh, that's awesome. That's good that you have time to do it. It's not like, oh, I want it and Christmas is 2 days from now. So is it one big it's one big project. So yeah, it's just one. It's not a bunch of little ones. Hi, Great Granny. Oh, I'd love it if you would join. That would be so much fun. That would be so much fun. I want to see how everybody's turns out. But yes, it is just one big project. I don't know, it's not like huge, but it should be a lot of fun. I am really enjoying this Tunisian project. I didn't realize how much fun it was to Tunisian crochet. I really appreciate, Linda, you giving me this hook. It was perfect. I think I'm gonna splurge at some point and get some more of these, some more hooks at different sizes. Jenna is on. Oh, Jenna. I liked your news, Jenna. Was it a surprise or it's probably none of my business, but but I'm excited for you guys. I really miss you, Jenna, on YouTube. No, very planned. Okay. Oh, I miss seeing you. I wish we would come on and get your updates and everything. You and Jess, you both left me. Anybody else have anything they're working on? Any exciting news, exciting things going on? I've worked on one project for the last several months, so I haven't really had anything to update, but I miss it, and you too. Oh, that's sweet. I know you've been doing those huge blankets, haven't you? Is that what you're still working on, those huge Graphgans? I don't have the patience for that, Jenna. I give you a lot of credit. Those things, you know, I guess, I remember when we did the love blanket. Jenna, remember when we did that? Oh my goodness. I think if that would have lasted any longer, I would have just thrown it in the corner. Probably never touched it again. But that one did finish. Jenna does amazing Graphgans. If you, she hasn't posted in a while, but if you go to her channel, you can see some of them. You know, she does sports teams and she does just anything. And they look amazing. They're just, it's just the type of project that I don't have the patience for. I don't like the really big projects like that. Blankets drive me crazy. Jenna is working on an Eagles one for someone and finally finished it, taking a break for a few days. I have to start another one and a Bills one. Phew, you're making them for everyone you know. That's what we are around here. We're Eagles fans. Well, I'm not really into football, but my family is an Eagles fan. Eagles and Phillies and Flyers. So, aw. Great Granny's working on a sheep snuggly for her granddaughter's first birthday. Oh, she's gonna love that. Aw. First birthday. Wow. You're like me, Diane. She said she's graph-ganned out, did them for years, and I'm over them. I can't say I've done them for years, though. I've done one, and I'm done. I just, even regular blankets, I'm not into it. I just get too bored. I know some of the other projects that I do are like long, but for some reason, just blankets drive me nuts. So, I don't know. Is everybody staying healthy? I feel like everybody in my family except for me is sick. I'm trying to stay away from everybody. Don't come near me. And then even like the kids I'm working with at school are hacking all over the place, but ugh. Funny thing is I made so many, but never one for myself. Isn't that the way it is though? Oh. We're always last on the list. Although I did say I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this one that I'm making. I'm not making a blanket. I'm just, if you just came in here, I'm making a Tunisian crocheted shawl. And I'm using a pattern from Thomas from Totally Fierce Crochet. He had it as an as a Halloween. That's the second time I couldn't think of that word. He had it as a Halloween shawl, but because he used Halloween yarn, but I'm just using a yarn that I like that's not Halloween and just making it a regular one. I think for the most part when I make stuff, I either give it away or, you know, whatever, but every once in a while I'll make something and I'm just like, oh no, this one is for me. But that love graph-gan that I did give that one away. I'll probably just stay on for a few more minutes and then head out. I really do. I had such a great time talking with all you guys. Thanks for just popping in. This wasn't planned. I just kind of decided to pop on because I haven't talked to you guys in a while and I wanted to show you guys the books. I really appreciate all your advice with the books too. So that love one was hard. It was. I'm really surprised after that I continued making craft cans. I think some of the ones you're making now they have to be much harder than that love one. Because I've seen the detail on some of those team ones you've been making. And they are really detailed. So, yeah, I'm surprised that things we're making Thursday didn't end after that project. That was our first project. So, yeah. I have to get up early for work, so I am early to bed, so I didn't want to stay on here too late, but it was super, super nice talking to you guys. So I think I am going to call it a night. Do you have a Holistic Moms Network? I don't. What's that? I want to figure that out before I get off. I don't even know what that is. Holistic Moms Network. I started mosaic blanket, but had to take a break to, oh, I can understand that. Hand surgery. Yeah. I think I remember you telling me you were having that hand surgery and you were bummed out that you couldn't crochet more. Yeah, I hope your hand's feeling better. I hope it's okay. Mosaic blankets are another one that really takes some concentrating. Diane, it was really, really nice to meet you too. I'm so glad that you took a chance and came in here and chatted. So, oh, you're just getting back into it, so that's good. Hey, Linda, can you shoot me an email about the Holistic Moms Network? Great regional groups of moms that often homeschooled. Okay, that might be a good place to look to for those books if there were people who were homeschooling special needs kids or special ed kids. So, thank you. But yeah, I would love to hear more about that. If you could shoot me an email, then I can learn more. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, have a good night, guys. It was nice to talk to you. Bye-bye.